Hello everyone and welcome back to another cybersecurity video. My name is Robert Garza and today we're going to be covering this new topic that's been going all around social media and cybersecurity articles. It's a new attack against Wi-Fi or WPA2. This was actually discovered by the lead developer uh, Jen Stubbe of Hashcat. All right, so I'm going to start off by talking a little bit about this attack, um, so we can learn a little bit more about it. I'll go ahead and talk about the different authentication methods that are vulnerable and how to protect yourself against it and whatnot. And then we'll go ahead and do the actual attack or proof of concept. Now, if you want a more in-depth look at the attack and how it works, you can hop on over to Hashcat's homepage. They talk about it in great deal and actually go through the attack. Um, I'll go ahead and cover that real quickly. So why this attack? So potentially it's more efficient and quicker, more successful than previous WPA attacks since it does not require a four-way handshake or activity from the client. This attack only requires interaction with the AP. So what is this attack and how is it leveraged? This attack relies on the PMKID or pairwise master key identifier caching protocol. What is PMKID exactly? In short, PMKID caching is used to provide efficient roaming communications across multiple APs in the same SSID. So this attack at a high level is an offline brute force attack against WPA passwords. Which authentication methods are vulnerable to this attack? WPA and WPA2 or personal pre-shared key is vulnerable to this attack, which are typically found in most modern routers. Now, as far as enterprise environments, typically there shouldn't be any risk, at least when we're talking about WLAN. The main part is because WLANs are typically not configured to use WPA personal. Now, PMKID caching is used in WLANs for performance reasons, mainly things like VoIP. But WLANs and enterprise grade equipment, the PMKID is dynamically derived per user session as a random value. So typically in a large scale enterprise environment using consumer grade hardware, you're not gonna find these types of risks. All right, next, I just want to give some credit. Credit is due. So obviously, this article, the Hacker News, Mr. or Mrs. Mohit Kumar. This is a short read, a great article. I suggest you check it out if you're interested in this POC. And also, I did use this as well, this article. Um, this goes over the hardware, the attack step by step. And actually, I did use, I picked up one of these routers that are vulnerable. This Linksys E4200. And there's several different network cards that you can use. I have that one as well as some other ones, but you can use any of these other network interface cards. So these ones, it's important to use these. We have to because these are managed network cards. You can put them in monitor mode. So credit to Mr. Adam Tosher for this article, and of course Jens Adam Stubbe, lead developer of Hashcat. He actually discovered, I think I already said this, but he discovered this attack while researching or pen testing the new WPA3 standard protocol that's being finalized and should be released soon, and should find it in hardware by the end of the year. So that's exciting. Also, real quick, I did want to go over some of the tools because I did have an issue with one of these. I think, yeah, it was HCX tools when I was building that and installing it in my Kali box. So, well, I'm jumping ahead of myself. So first of all, you're gonna need a HCX dump tool version 4.2. You can head on over to the GitHub, check that out. Also HCX tools version 4.2, and obviously Hashcat 4.2, which has the new PMK ID hash in that package, or I should say crack for that hash, PMK ID. So as I was saying, yeah, I did run into some issues with building the HCX tool. So there's quite a few dependencies in that package, but you can get them all. This may save you some trouble. Well, at least for Kali Linux builds. Let me go ahead and find that real quick. Okay, so copy that command, and I'll just go ahead and put that up here. If you're going to try this out, this might save you some headaches. This will install everything you need for that tool, or all the dependencies, and that's it. All right, I think that's all I wanted to cover there. So let's go ahead and get right to it. Let's start this attack. All right, so obviously we are using, well, as far as hardware, a network card that's managed. So let's check the status of that. So for that, do IW config, and it's not coming up. It should be WLAN 0. Let's restart the network. Sudo service. Okay, I might have to unplug it and plug it back in. Restart the network. Actually, we can do this as well. There it is, WLAN 0. Okay. All right, there it is. Mode managed. So obviously we need to get that in monitor mode. First, we need to do a couple commands. RF kill. So that will kill anything sending radio frequencies like Bluetooth devices, WiMAX, things like that. I do have Bluetooth on my desktop, so you can do RF kill list. Okay. So let's go ahead and RF kill unblock. If I can type unblock all. Okay. Now Airmon to manage our configure our wireless card. So we need to check for any background processes they may interfere with the card. It looks like we found 3 processes. So we just do kill 581691 and 1014. All right, let's go ahead and check the status. Start. Hopefully, we don't get any errors. Everything looks good. That should start it in monitor mode, so the device name will actually change. There we go, monitor mode enabled. Okay, just to double check. All right, as you can see, the name of the card is changed to, excuse me, WLAN 0 monitor or mon. All right, let's get started. Should be real quick. Start monitoring with arrow dump. Dump ng WLAN 0 mon. Yep. So obviously, I'm going to be attacking my own network or router. And right here we have the name. Obviously, Roberts LAN 2.4. It's important to note the channel because you have to specify the channel. If not, you could potentially attack your neighbor's network, which is not good. What else should I say? What else? Oh yeah. Also, the password that I've set for my router is, of course, password. So you'll see it later when we crack it with hashcat. It's password. And I think that's it. So let's go ahead and start these commands with these tools that I mentioned earlier. HCX untool, HCX tools, and lastly hashcat. So let's go ahead and open a new window or terminal. HCX dump tool. Thank God for autocomplete. So we're going to be setting some flags, obviously. Our network card, WLAN 0 mon, enable status, channel 4, as I mentioned earlier. That's the channel we're on. Tech PCAP NG, and we got to give this a name. We'll just call it Robert Test. That PCAP NG. Let me double check, make sure I don't have any typos here. All right, everything looks good. Okay, so while this is busy sniffing or snooping, they say to give it at least 5 to 10 minutes to ensure that you capture a PMK ID. So we just started it. I'm going to pause it and I'll be back in a few. All right, and we're back. So it's been about 10 minutes now. One thing before I continue this attack or wrap this up. So as before I said, you got to specify the channel for the device that you're the target. Excuse me, the device that you are targeting. So as you can see, I specified channel 4, which is the channel that my device is on. But what if another device in your area is on the same channel? Well, you can also specify this attack by the MAC address. But obviously in this case scenario, it just makes sense to just specify the channel since it's just one number versus 12 characters of a MAC address. So just want to note that you can also set that option or flag in this attack, MAC address or the channel. All right, so let's go ahead and stop this. And we'll just hit Control C to stop it. And then we're going to go ahead and run the HTX dump tool and set some flags. Excuse me, HTX PCAP tool. HTX PCAP tool. And we can call this Robert Test 2.16800. And then, okay, we need to specify the PCAP that we called earlier, which was Robert Test .pcap ng. And I think that's it. All right, perfect. So looks like we got it. We captured 2 PKMIs written. So here are the results. We can quickly go through that. File type, all the packets, protocol, EAPL, obviously PMK ID. All right, everything's good. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. We can cat that file, which it's right there, Robert Test 2 dot, and there we go. That is the hash. Let's clear this that we need to crack. So that's next, hashcat. So let's go ahead and run hashcat against that. So one thing to note here before we go ahead and try and crack this, just for time's sake. Obviously I know the password, which is password, and the word list is very short. Just so hashcat runs through this real quick. So I have this, and here's my word list I'll be using. As you can see, it's like 10 words, and right here at the bottom is password. All right, hashcat attack M16800, which is the flag that you use to crack those hashes, the PMKID. And then What's next? What's next? I shouldn't have cleared that out. What's it? What's the name of that file? Okay, it's Robert test 2. Yeah, right here. And those are the hashes. Robert test 2 dot 16800. And then we need to specify our word list, which is called list.txt. And then we're going to go ahead and force this to use CPU, GPU. We really don't need to use our GPU at all. This is a very short word list. It's an easy crack. So I think that's it. Let me go ahead and review this, make sure there's no typos. Robert test 2. All right, everything looks in order. Let's go ahead and run this. Hopefully you don't get any errors. All right, and we got it. Recovered 1 of 2, password. So normally you would see right here status, it would say cracked, but it looks like we did capture 2 different passwords, as noted up here. I think did I clear it out? Anyhow, I said right, 2 PMK IDs were written. So the other password, or the other device that we captured, obviously I did not have the password right here in this short word list, and I'm not even sure which device or password on the network that it captured, except for this target right here, Robert's LAN, which we specified, and obviously we know the password was password, so that's why we got 1 out of 2. All right, guys, so I think that's it. We just quickly went over the proof of concept, or the attack. We went through it, covered some great articles in here as well. Talked a little bit about the attack itself, the different protocols that are vulnerable. I guess I should wrap this up with some best practices, how to protect against this attack. So obviously strong passwords, that's key here. That's very important. Always use strong, long passwords. Keep your routers and other devices updated with the latest patches. That's very important as well. Use a good AV like Norton. I use Symantec's product, Norton. It's great because it has a actual smart firewall protection as well, and it can detect unusual traffic on your network. What else? So I guess at the hardware level, you should avoid using WPA2 personal if possible. If not, check to see if your device is sending PMK IDs in the 4-way handshake. If it is, then it may be time to pick up a new router. And I think that's about it. But foremost, strong passwords always. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you for tuning in and watching, and stay tuned for more great stuff. Thanks.